A Cedar City student and Marine veteran is asking for your help identifying the individual he says stole his gun from the Salt Lake International Airport. Now, ABC4's Annika Johns joining us live from the airport after speaking to this man about what he says happened. Annika.
Austin Lesner checked his firearm with United at the airport in South Dakota and hopped on his plane. But when he reached his final destination in Cedar City, his firearm was nowhere to be found. Now, with just a single picture of the person who took it, he's now asking for help to get his property back. A weekend trip home turned into a nightmare for Austin Lesner after what he says was an airline mistake when his checked handgun and suppressor was placed on a baggage claim instead of being transferred to his next flight.
I brought it to the airport at Sioux Falls, checked it, and did the whole, you got to open it up, declare it's unloaded. So I did all that, declared it was unloaded, signed the piece of paper that says it's unloaded, put it in there. She was like, okay, you'll see this at your final destination. Like, everything was good.
However, when Lesner had a layover in Salt Lake, what he was using to track his baggage said it was off his plane and where it didn't belong.
The app said that both my bags were headed to baggage claim 4. And so when I saw that, I was like, well, that's weird because I have another flight. And so I went up and talked to one of the people that work at just like the gates.
Lesner says he was switching airlines going from United to Delta, but he was reassured his bag would get on the correct flight.
The way that they explained it to me was when you switch airlines, it says like on the app that it goes to baggage claim, but it doesn't actually go to baggage claim. That's what they told me. It goes to baggage claim in terms, but it's not actually there, and the airlines do a handoff.
But when he arrived at his final destination, his firearm was nowhere to be found. He then called United Airlines in Salt Lake, who told him it had been taken.
They finally said that they checked the security cam footage at the baggage claim, and that's when they said they have what appears to be someone taking my firearms case from baggage claim.
Lesner says his firearm should have never been on the belt in the first place, since it's a controlled item, but it somehow ended up there. Now he is working with Salt Lake authorities to track down the individual who took the gun to keep it out of the wrong hands.
Firearms, we all know what they are, and there's rules in place, and they weren't followed. I mean, this is a huge mistake that now there's someone out there. I mean, who knows? I mean, we don't know who the guy is. What if he's a felon or he's a dangerous criminal that now has access to a firearm and he never should have?
Now, we have spoken to Salt Lake International about the situation, and they do say that this is purely an airlines issue. Now, we did contact both United and Delta, but we have yet to hear back from either of them. Reporting live from the Salt Lake International Airport, Annika Johns, ABC4 News.